Ladies and gentlemen, our guest ring announcer tonight is a gentleman you see every Saturday on NBC's Saturday Night Live. Please give it up for Tracy Morgan.
Yeah! All right, baby! Let me hear you make some noise! All right! Let me hear you make some noise over here! It's on tonight! All right! And now, God Bless the USA by a cappella, the remake of Lee Greenwood's hit song. Shannon and Brian perform a duet depicting the love and respect of country, which is important. Martial arts techniques used in this creative form allows the audience, which is you guys, to feel the power of the words in this song. Check it out. To demonstrate the rules, 92 Olympic coach Master Dae Sung Lee, two-time Olympian Master Hung Wang Lee. Give it up for him.
Welcome everyone. This is the Pro TKD rules. We have a couple of target areas. Those target areas are above the waist and below the neck for kicking and punching. Okay, an example of this. Roundhouse kick to the body. Okay, then punching to the body. All right, we get 3 points. 3 points for a spinning kick to the body, back kick. A spinning roundhouse to the body, a naraban. Okay, and a double kick to the body also gets 3 points. All right, for 5 points, a spinning or jumping kick to the head, spinning hook kick to the head. Okay, that was an axe kick to the head. Now roundhouse kick to the head. All right, now for 5 points, spinning kick to the head or a jumping kick to the head. Okay, now a little combination. All right, those are the ways that you score points for Pro TKD tonight. I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.
All right, Master Boucher. Okay, y'all ready for the first match? How y'all feeling out there? Wasn't Shannon and Brian great, man? And they're young. You see how little Brian is, man? Wow, yeah, you just put him in your pocket, man. Carry him around. Somebody mess with you, just take him out. Go ahead and get that. Awesome. I just don't have the time to take the kids to karate class. You know? My kids, come on, man, we want to go to karate class. Come on, hey, boy, go ahead, man. I got to read the paper. Where the toilet paper at? This is awesome, though. Are you guys ready for your first match? And it's on! In the red corner, we have Kevin McCullough, 160 pounds and ain't having it. 1996 U.S. team member, 97 world team member, second Pro TKD appearance. Give it up for Kevin McCullough in the house! Yeah, baby! And it's on! And it's on! Oh man, this is gonna be exciting. I'm serious. I'm a little nervous myself, man. And y'all ready for the next contestant? In the blue corner, we have Andrew Roberts, 160 pounds of Let's Get It On. 4-time All-Army and Armed Forces champion, 3-time CISM military games team member. Let's give it up for Andrew Roberts! And it's on. This first fight is being brought to you by Who Did.
입장! Face front. 차렷! 준비! Face shoulder. 차렷! 준비! 준비! 시작!
These two guys wasting little time, David Martin.
There's no time wasting. These guys, Kevin McCullough especially, he is a man that just likes to get it on.
Down goes
Don't hold,
Andrew
break,
Roberts.
Ready, 계속!
8th year in the United States Army.
Drew's preparing for the World Military Championships coming up in November, and this is a great tune-up for him, especially against a competitor like Kevin McCullough, who's been a national team member and a world team member as well. You can see there's no time feeling each other out. Nice attack by Drew Roberts with an axe kick. Kevin McCullough scoring with a jumping back kick. Falling to the ground. Another point, good score. Another point right there. Kevin trying to build some points up. Drew coming in with a nada-bong, which is a spinning roundhouse kick.
Scoring system, 1 point for a kick or punch. Straight to the body, 3 points for a spinning kick to the body or straight kick to the head. And 5 points for the spinning or jumping kick to the head.
These guys have 90 seconds to win. Drew going for the big points with that one. Kevin really missing with a round kick to the head. Drew chasing right after him. 90 seconds of fury right here. These guys waste no time. There's no time to dance around and look for a point, especially with the modified scoring system. Barely missing with the axe kick to the head. Drew Roberts pushing Kevin McCullough towards the corner of the mat.
What do you think of the strategy by these two gentlemen at this point?
Well, neither one is what I would call a counter fighter. These guys want to get it on. Usually you'll see a competitor who likes to hang back and wait for the opponent to make a move and then try and score. Drew wastes no time. He wants to get it on. Kevin does well. We call Kevin the Energizer Buzzy.
That fast kick is excellent. Sir, when you cut and you come in, see that he has a hard cut. You just that triple kick, cover punch, you can't cover punch, kick out, double kick out. good power tactic. Just
Kevin McCullough started in Taekwondo when he was 4 years old. He fell down and broke his right arm.
Good power tactic.
His mother said, you know, we're not going to have any of that. So she wanted him to learn how to fall, and that's how he got into Taekwondo. He's been fighting for the last 16 years.
Take your time. Breathe. Breathe. Take your time and breathe. Okay, when you're tired, use your weight. Use your move around. Take your time. So, okay, don't rush. You're rushing everything right now. Okay, breathe.
Okay, Master Daesung Lee giving Drew Roberts some, advice on how to, if you're feeling a little winded. Drew also has asthma, so the altitude really has an opportunity to mess him up. So he's telling him to use the ring and use the space to catch his breath again. But Drew doesn't like to waste any time.
How do you find the effect of the altitude here in Aspen against for the participants tonight?
Well, there's some of the guys that are training in Colorado, or they'll train, they'll go to high altitude if they're in California. But it does have an effect on players, maybe in the first round or two. But they got here yesterday. They worked out. They acclimate quickly. They're all in pretty phenomenal condition, as you can see. They get a full minute rest between each round. You've got Roland Ferrer still talking to Kevin McCullough, telling him to keep the action going, punch, instead of getting into a clinch situation, punch and kick out. Kevin with what we call a cut kick, coming in and trying to push Drew in the middle of the waist area.
Kevin McCullough in the white, Andrew Roberts Jr. in the blue.
Yeah, Drew just competed at the Pan Am and Olympic qualifier and was a silver medalist. So he's definitely on his game right now. But I tell you, if you better be careful. If Kevin attacks him like that with a back kick, he'll knock him off, which is a 5-point deduction if they go off the mat. Trying to kick out, and I'll tell you, those punches take a lot out of you. Again, Drew going down. Kevin attacked with a cut kick around the waist area, taking Drew all his motion away from him and sent him on the ground.
So down goes Roberts.
Little break. Drew going for the axe kick, trying to score some points to the head. We've got a 5-3 lead right now for blue, the blue corner, which is Drew Roberts. 36 seconds remaining in the second round. I'd like to see what the score is going to be after this. Kevin putting Drew on the ground a couple times. Ooh, and a shot to the head. That's going to be at least a 3-pointer, maybe in 2 3-pointers in a row. Kevin, or Andrew, is down. Obviously, those shots scored. That's going to be at least 6 points right there. It's 8 points. That's an 8 count right there. And that is a knockout right there.
A knockout by Kevin McCullough of San Jose, California.
I'd like to know if that was the effects of the asthma, the altitude, or those 2 hard roundhouse kicks to the head by Kevin McCullough.
We have a knockout.
Knockout. Kevin McCullough.
The winner is Kevin McCullough.
Second round knockout.
Second round knockout. Kevin McCullough.
Drew looks okay. He's walking back a little bit disappointed to Master Daesung Lee, his coach. But I'll tell you, those last 2 effects of those roundhouse kicks to the head were just, it just took him out. He just couldn't get up off the mat. I think that took all the steam out of Drew Roberts. Being escorted by his coach, Master Daesung Lee, back to the holding area.
Tough taking shots like that in that area, man.
You guys ready for your second match?
It's very tough. Those were 2 really hard shots right to the ear area, which is your center of balance. Those 2 shots right there.
160 pounds, pro TKD MVP last year. 93 national
Those shots
champion.
take a lot out of you.
And 98 Canadian Open champion. Give it up for Dong Lee.
Sitting here from Mesquite, Texas. Dong has been a national player since the late 80s. 10 years later, at 30 years old, he's still doing it. We went to Canada in August. Dong decided that he went as a coach and decided at the last minute to compete and came in with a silver medal, losing to the world champion in the finals by 1 point.
At his age, is that considered the downside as far as the 30
Well, some people would consider it on the downside, but I'll tell you something. Dong has kept himself in such good health, and he continuously trains. He has never stopped training for 1 minute. The guy is in phenomenal condition. 30 years old. There's a lot of 20-year-olds that would like to be in this kind of shape. He won't get tired, and you'll see him control the ring. He's a master at controlling the ring. George Bell's a little more wild.
29 years old, 2-time national medalist, and Again, fierce competition from the get-go here.
That's right. Well, George has wanted to fight with Don because he thinks he's a little too smooth and too much of a technician. So you've got a guy from Philly versus Dallas here. George also at the last pro TKD. Oh, that's going to be a 5-pointer right there. That score, that back spinning hook kick to George Bell's face, that's going to be 5 points. Dong is famous for that kick. That's what made him MVP at the last event.
Be interesting to see what George does this year. Last year, he was such a counter puncher, and it got him into trouble.
That's right. You can see how he's moving back a little bit. He's getting close to the edge. Now, Dong is also, not only is he skilled, he's very smart. He's very tactical in the ring. You can see how he keeps himself in the center of the ring. See where he's in the center of the ring, he keeps George at the edge. What that's going to do is put him in a position to push George out of the ring. He's either going to use He's got a terrific right leg back kick and a terrific left leg spinning kick. Spinning hook kick, which is where he's going to turn. He's going to go right up to the head. There he goes again, another 5 points. George shaking his head no, but I think the judges are going to differ with him on that. That was right to the jaw. Again, you see how Dong is in the center of the ring. George is off at the corner. He's going back to his, when you fight as a counter fighter for so many years, George tries the cut kick, back kick, placing his foot on Dong Lee's hip and trying to hit him in the face at the same time. It's not working. George comes in with a double kick. All right, the end of round one. Let's see how the gentleman scored. Dong Lee scoring 2 big shots to the head with the back spinning hook kick.
You could cut him. How do you double kick in like that? Eh? You could do 3. He's spinning his leg. My head is spinning tight. He has nothing after that. Beautiful hook kick. Keep him sending that baby up. Beautiful. Baby, the hook is good. Okay, awesome. Fast kick. If you're not getting fast kick, go change in double kick after that. Okay? Cut. 1, 2. If you move back, come back. And then if you set, then flat leg rise kick. Flat leg.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Just go from there, just straight up to the ace, to the face. That's all you do.
Yes, sir, no problem.
George just got done rehabbing his knee at the Olympic Training Center this summer. That might have an effect on his condition. As I said earlier, Dong Lee never out of shape, always at the top of his game. And we've got a score of George Bell with 6-6.
You surprised by that?
Wow, I'm very surprised by that. I thought they would have given Dong Lee those 10 points, 2 5-point shots for those back spinning kicks. Apparently they only scored 1 and perhaps a roundhouse kick or a solid punch, but we've got a tie score going into round 2.
Red, blue, jump.
George Bell in blue, Dong Lee in red.
Do it. Let's keep that clean. Jump.
And we're off again. Again, there you go. You can see one thing that's going to really weigh heavily in Dong Lee's favor. He stays in the center of the ring and controls the distance and controls the ring management, missing narrowly with that back kick. But you can tell.
So if you're George Bell, how do you combat that?
George Bell's got to he's got to be a little bit more aggressive. He's got to attack first. He's got to come in. He's got to almost, again, Dong Lee missing closely with that back hook kick. But George has to come in. He's got to attack. He's got to shut Dong Lee's offense down and then score some points off his attack. Oh, that's going to be -5 points for George
5
Bell
points
right
off
there.
Sure.
That
Have there been a lot of people in this sport successful being participating as counterattackers?
Some people have, but usually in anything, the more aggressive fighter, the more attempts you make, the more points you're going to get. If all you do is sit back for that 1 or 2 point shot every time, it's really going to be, it's hard for you to win. It's hard for you to consistently score points because people will learn how to shut down your counterattack very quickly. But we saw funnier things at the end of that round. I thought we would have had at least 10 points for Dong Lee. We see a tie score. George Bell went off the mat. That should be -5 points. We'll see what happens. George with a nice counter roundhouse kick underneath Dong Lee's attack.
Final seconds of the second round.
Fight it out, fight it out.
Dong Lee may have to pick it up in the third round, depending on how the score comes out.
Before this comes out.
This ought to be interesting. They got going into the rest. We've got Jason Lee talking to George Bell. He's smiling. He's very happy with the end of the first round score.
Listen up. When you tire, you move around, and then you attack. That's how you gotta kind of stretch. But if you go outside the ring, it's not gonna be good. Watch, front leg, you're not using the left leg axe kick to the face.
Okay.
You're not doing it at all. The other one is motion. Motion. Lunging kick. Right away. Understand?
Step in and you just double kick. Really good.
That's the first round. 6 points. 6 points.
Push him out. Put him over there.
10 points for Dong Lee.
Get him out of the ring. 5 points.
And 6. And then
After
the scoring
second
right there, now the
round,
score's
10
good, that's
points, 10 points.
10-10 tie headed into the third round.
That's interesting. I'm wondering if they were going to score that fact that George went off the mat in the back there. Or so it looked from here. You had Master Jason Lee in between the rounds telling George Bell to use his left leg X kick to the face. Let's see if he listens. He told him to check and draw motion from Dong. Missing with the back kick.
Boy, rock and roll here.
Here we go. Kotan Lee bringing them back together. George smiling, thinking he's got the advantage. We've got 1:15 left and a tie score.
Well, it's been the most aggressive George Bell has been.
I've never seen George this aggressive. He really wanted to make a statement when he came up here last year. Not only was he a counter fighter, but he seemed to run out of a little gas. He's been working real hard to rehab that knee, and here we go. Dong Lee standing in the center of the ring. Coach Han Lee trying to, or referee Han Lee trying to tell them to get the action going.
Final 50 seconds here, the third and final round.
George trying to attack with that jump axe kick to the head to go for the big 5-pointer. Dong Lee scoring with the roundhouse kick. The hook kick just missing by George Bell.
30 seconds, 30 seconds.
I think Dong running into a little bit more formidable George Bell than he expected.
Hello.
So he scored with that one. Shot to the body. Is that, I think that earned him a couple of points?
It might have only scored 1 point on that one. But they've surprised me before.
Final 15 seconds.
Oh, they just, I don't know what's going on there. They changed the score for blue. Final 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Dong Lee trying to take off the ring again.
Hello.
Good match.
Very good. Exciting match. You have two international champions, George Bell medaling at the U.S. Open, Dong Lee medaling at the Canadian Open and the U.S. Open several times.
The winner, red 10.
Just end the second round.
Okay.
Tracy Morgan, our ring announcer.
Oh, excuse me.
Just a little
Still
premature
tallying.
on the score. He's reading the scorecard from the scoreboard from the first 2 rounds.
I have money bet on the ring.
the third round results. They'll tally them, and we'll come out with a winner here momentarily.
George Bell and Dong Lee waiting for the results. You know, Dong not only is an outstanding competitor, he's a coach. He's got 2 athletes on the national team, one on the A team, one on the B team. So not only is he a champion himself, but he's
We
producing
have the
champions.
score now. Blue 15, red 12. The winner is blue 15.
And what a surprise! That's a surprise. They only gave Dong Lee 2 points, and George Bell got 5 in that last round. I'll tell you,
The turning point for you, you thought that he was knocked out of the ring, costing him the 5 points, and they did not judge that he had gone out of the ring.
absolutely. That's a 5-point differential that would have given Dong Lee the win.
Boy, there's a break.
Yeah, I guess George has to like that one. George is another one who's very big for the athletics for kids. He's going to be moving to the Phoenix area and starting
They went all out.
school for underprivileged
That's
children to learn
that's
martial
what we
arts and
wanna
help
see,
them with
right?
their discipline and poise and
Go
confidence.
for broke. I want to ask you guys a question. Are you guys ready for your next match? Make some noise. We're going to bring on your next match, but first we want to bring on a demo. I'm On the Rock by Petra, a musical weapons demo performed by Brian B to the J Gallagher. Check this out, though. BJ won a world title at the 1997 World Super Grand Championship in Colorado Springs, right here, and he won it with this performance. Let's peep it.
Judges, representing Neil Adams Firefighters, my name, BJ Gallagher. With your permission, may I begin? Everywhere I turn
right, Brian. I call him BJ, you guys call him Fabulous. Give it up for Brian. Keep it going. You guys ready for your next match? I know I am. I know I am. In the red corner, we have Jeff Pennerock, 145 pounds of due work. 10-time Texas State champion, U.S. Elite Athlete Taekwondo Championship, gold medalist. Let's give it up for Jeff Pennerock in the red corner. And in the blue, we got Jeff Backenberg, 147 pounds of Let's Get It On, 8-time American Taekwondo Association World Demonstration Team member. All that and then some, plus international competitor. Let's give it up for Jeff Battenberg, please. Let's do this.
Jeff Pennerock, a winner last year, and Jeff Battenberg, 4th degree black belt. Kingwood, Texas.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. Two Texans of totally contrasting styles. Jeff Battenberg, tall, long, and lean. Jeff Pennerock, short, stocky, and hits like a Mack truck. Jeff Battenberg's going to try and use those long legs to his advantage to keep Jeff Pennerock away from him. Oh, Jeff Pennerock with a shot to the head. That's going to be 3 points right there. And a spinning kick to the body. I'll tell you, if Jeff Battenberg hadn't been up in the air, that would have been right to the jaw.
All out.
Jeff Pennerock's going to try and use his short legs to his advantage. A lot of people like to think that short legs are a disadvantage, but Jeff likes to get inside and just kick. And when he hits like a Mack truck for 145 pounds.
It's quick and powerful.
He's got legs like a linebacker right there.
Great contrasting styles in terms of bodies.
Oh, this is a classic martial arts matchup. Tall guy, small guy. Let's see what happens. Jeff standing on the edge of the ring is a very dangerous place to be. Jeff Battenberg using the center of the ring to his advantage. These guys better be careful. We did see the difference. Oh, that's 5 points right there.
What a beautiful
right
counter.
to the jaw.
Just a spectacular counter by Jeff Pennerock in the red.
Explosive speed and balance. You notice how he was right back to the center of the ring in a heartbeat.
Pennerock, a very impressive performer last year.
Beating Danny Kim last year in his match on Pro TKD. This year going for a little larger opponent. Danny, who's also taller than Jeff, as most of the guys are. But he is so explosive and so fast. He hits so hard.
Good first round.
Yeah, great guy Jeff, going back to his coach Roland Ferrer from LA. And let's take a listen in and see what Roland's telling Jeff.
Shut him down. He come in, just shut him down. Don't let him get that hook kick on you. When you close it, it's fadeaway hook kick. You understand? Fadeaway juices are dead. He's dead for that every time. You triple kick good from the outside. 3. High. Climb up left leg. Okay? You sit back, you come right leg, crack. If you want to do anything from close down,
Cutting over to Dae-Sung Lee and Jeff Battenberg. Notice how Jeff is standing instead of sitting. Another contrast in their styles.
What adjustments do you look for here in the second round with from Battenberg?
Well, I would think he probably wouldn't attack as aggressively because it hasn't worked for him. We're looking for the score to come up here, and the way I've got it scored is at least 7-2 in favor of Jeff Pennerock, and
8-2.
Actually, 11, 12, 13. Wow, they must have scored a couple of spinning kicks for him.
Red 15, blue 2.
Wow, that's an enormous lead.
That's an enormous lead.
15-2, so a couple of big scores. A couple of 5 corners in that first round.
Well, the difference is going to be those 2 spinning kicks, a couple of the spinning kicks that Jeff Pennerock threw. Now Jeff Battenberg, he's kind of behind in between a rock and a hard place because he's got to attack, but when he attacks, it doesn't seem to work. Jeff Pennerock closing off the distance, trying to keep Jeff. There he is off. Jeff Pennerock stepped off the mat. I'll be interested to see if they give that a negative 5 points. That could make this a whole, bring it right back to a tight match again.
Jeff Battenberg in the blue, Jeff Pennerock in the red. Pennerock, oh, another score there.
Oh, axe kick to the head. Coach Lee is definitely giving him a count out. Although Jeff Pennerock was bending down, Jeff Battenberg did hit him in the head.
You ready? Hands up. Out. 계속.
Jeff Pennerock looked like that took a little of the energy out of him.
Oh, another.
He's playing possum.
Red. Warning. 계속.
No holding. Referee Han-Wan Lee telling him to get the action going and don't hold or stall. I think Jeff maybe spent a little his energy.
가요. 하나, 둘, 셋.
Looks like a punch.
Pinrock took a couple
That's right.
shots to the body.
That's right. Looks like he might have got a solar plexus
일곱.
shot.
Hands up if you're ready. 여덟.
Come on.
아홉.
Jeff Pinrock, ever the competitor, never backing down. Jeff going for the knockout, trying to make it 2 tonight. And a classic display of sportsmanship known in Taekwondo. Although these guys come in together and they fight and they're very serious, they help each other out. They're true sportsmen, and afterwards we're going to go out to dinner tonight. That's one of the beautiful things.
I tell you, that's one of the surprising things to me in the sport. Noticing that guys pal around before the event today and yesterday, and then boy, when you get in here in the ring, it is pedal to the metal, rock and roll, and then afterwards they go back and pat each other. But I tell you what, the competition is so fierce. In other sports, it's that fierce. You generally don't see that type of camaraderie in the same day.
It's a much different, Taekwondo is much different than a lot of other sports, and keeping in mind that we are a martial art also. And besides, anybody can get worked up at anybody else for 270 seconds, right? It's not that long.
Right.
You got your minute rest in between. And we're going to check out the score here in just a minute. Apparently we had a final score of 18-2 after the first round. And Jeff Battenberg.
After second round, red 18, blue 5.
They apparently didn't score too much for Jeff Battenberg on those punches.
He stopped
Jeff
him a couple of
Pinrock
times.
only scored 3 points, so we saw how many points he scored in the first round. Jeff Battenberg with a good round could bring it right back in.
Put your hands up. Hands up. Get ready. Okay? Keep it clean, gentlemen.
Jeff Pinrock playing possum again. Going back into that corner. Jeff Battenberg drops Jeff Pinrock again with a punch to the solar plexus. Jeff Pinrock's going to have to get up real quick. Han-Wan Lee, as referee, could call this match if he feels it's unsafe for Jeff Pinrock.
Hands up. Hands up.
He wants to keep going. Jeff Battenberg must have really drilled him with those shots to the chest, and he keeps going back in for more. Jeff Pinrock better stay away from those body shots. Every time he goes in, Jeff Battenberg's doing the smart thing, working right to the body. And it's easier.
If you're Pinrock right now, you try to stay. Ooh, hit him right in the face there.
Is that a
Red. Warning.
warning for a punch to the face? No punching to the face.
Pinrock can just stay away. He can come away and win this match.
This is true, but he did step off the mat twice.
Okay.
And they haven't scored it yet. We're going to have to see what's going on with that.
Tell you what, if you like your action hot and fierce, this is it.
Pro TKD.
Pinrock looks like he is running out of gas big time.
I tell you, 23 seconds of fury left. These guys, there he goes. And that's going to be at least 3 points for Jeff Battenberg.
Set. Net.
That's the third standing 8 count or fourth standing 8 count for Jeff Pinrock. 10 seconds left. He might be just trying to work the clock and hope that Jeff Battenberg hasn't scored enough points to win this match.
Pinrock.
Blue.
Referee Han-Wan Lee with 4 seconds left called the match and awarded it to Jeff Battenberg, feeling that Jeff Pinrock could not continue.
Good decision, don't you think?
Well, with 4 seconds left, it's a judgment call, but yeah, Jeff couldn't keep his hands up, and
winner,
in the safety.
Jeff Battenberg. Soul Man by Sam and Dave, a duet performed by Shannon and Brian showing the artistic entertainment side of Taekwondo. The moves used in this form are Olympic-style fighting techniques and choreographed around the music. Let's see this. Shannon and Brian, everyone. Shannon and Brian. Awesome. We're gonna get to the next match. You guys ready? Okay, for the red corner, we have David Bartlett, 140 pounds, 97 U.S. Open gold medalist, 3-year Olympic Training Center president. Give it up for David Bartlett. And in the blue corner, we have Wayne DeRusso, 140 pounds, also 10-year undefeated New York State champion, U.S. National Championship gold medalist. Give it up for Wayne DeRusso. Let's get it on.
Face front.
Okay, there we go.
Turn up. Turn it. Face it up. Turn up. Turn it. Just keep it clean.
David Bartlett in the white, Wayne DeRosa in the blue.
Well, Wayne DeRosa is the guy that will fight anyone, anywhere, at any time. His brother Craig is here tonight. I've known these guys since they were teenagers. That's actually Wayne since before he was a teenager. He was about 11 or 12 years old. David is also from New York. Wayne is from New York. These guys are no nonsense. They're going to put some serious action on tonight.
Swing and a miss there by DeRosa.
David Bartlett, one of the more aggressive fighters. Wayne is a good counter fighter or attacker. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays.
Bartlett's from Syracuse, New York. DeRosa from Mohegan Lake, New York. And Bartlett said, you know, his inspiration, as it is for so many folks, I guess, in this sport, 4 years old, he saw the Karate Kid, and he's been competing ever since.
That's right. David's only 18 years old. Oh, axe kick to the face. David Bartlett scoring 3 points straight away on that one. Wayne DeRosa, Wayne will come back strong. I've seen him do it before. Again, these guys are here for no nonsense. David is a pretty basic fighter. Doesn't do a lot of fancy stuff, although he's opened up his arsenal a little bit here for Pro Taekwondo tonight. You can see Wayne's face turning a little bit red from that axe kick right around the mouth.
Let's go, David. Okay, let's go.
Han Lee keeping the action going. There's David. Bouncing around, and he's going to attack. David wastes no time in attacking.
Final 5 seconds here in the first round.
Wayne tried to counter with his own axe kick at that time. And the end of round one. Here we go with Coach Dae-Sung Lee and Wayne DeRosa right in the corner. Let's see if we can hear what he has to say.
I know. Yes, sir.
When you do right leg axe kick, you're taking a step.
Front step.
Too far. Step. So you're going to take a step into the axe kick.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have to initiate on this.
Yes, sir.
You cannot be defensive.
No.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Check the lock. Check the lock. Check, and boom. Back leg double kick, step back and back to right away.
Yes, sir.
What kind of thing you got to do? You got to initiate. You cannot step.
Right.
Baby, okay? You come in. You can try to put it.
This is Roland Ferrer, coach David Bartlett. Okay, here we have David Bartlett's interesting because he's just finished his training at the Olympic Training Center for 3 years. He's going to move back to New York for a while, and then he's going to join the Army. But this might have a big difference on the altitude effect that you mentioned earlier, Dave.
Red, 7
Bartlett's
points.
been
Blue,
taking
2
advantage
points.
of being in the high altitude. DeRosa coming from New York City area, certainly sea level. Bartlett hopes to have a huge advantage in this one today.
But you can see Wayne recovered quickly. He's the type of guy that trains all the time. So although David does have a slight advantage, Wayne knocking him down with a push kick, then helping each other up. Good. Again, a good show of sportsmanship in these Taekwondo athletes. Coach Dae-Sung Lee was telling Wayne to check, which is trying to draw David's attack out. But David's attack is so strong. Almost had it with that back hook kick. Had David been another 6 inches further, that would have been a knockout. David trying for the back spinning kick. As Wayne charged in, here we go. David again in the center of the ring. Now you'll probably see him attack strong. He knows Wayne's going to have a little bit of an endurance problem with the altitude. Scoring some points, we've got a 7-2 lead for David Bartlett at the end of round 1. 36 seconds left in round 2. Here comes Wayne.
Ooh, caught him off balance. Bartlett goes down.
It's interesting to see if they'll score that punch as a point. David taking a little breather in the center of the ring. Wayne standing in the corner. David can afford to stand for a few seconds because Wayne, he has a substantial lead on Wayne right now.
Bartlett in the white, DeRosa in the blue.
That 5 points can be made up pretty quick with one technique. I think Wayne got the better of that exchange. That push kick knocking David down, hitting him around the waist. You know, just like in football or basketball, these athletes, they can't go anywhere without their hips.
That's right.
And if you attack right to the hips, there you go. Roland Ferrer talking to David Bartlett.
Just do this straight hook kick, okay? When you get him on the edge, you can do good Chunjin step first. Chunjin step back kick. Wow.
Telling him to try and trap Wayne with a back kick.
He's far. Make your entry. Do double kick.
Okay, we've got Roland telling David to enter first with what they call elbow chunjin, which is basically a step forward to draw Wayne's attack and then trap him with a back kick or back spinning kick.
So much thought goes into this, and if you're just tuning into Pro TKD, the strategies are numerous.
Actually, it's been called kinetic chess.
Yes, sir.
The gentleman said with the strategies that's involved, just like a chess game, and kinetic to talk about the power, and then combine it with the speed and the techniques. And it's quite an interesting game. It's quite an interesting
9 points. Blue, 5 points.
Okay.
So Bartlett with a 9-5 lead as we head into round number 3.
4 points can be made up quickly in Pro TKD. As you know, a spinning kick to the head is 5 points, or jumping. Spinning kick to the body, 3 points. This is a very close match. These are two very strong, determined fighters. David Bartlett. Ooh, there you go. That's going to be 1 point right there. A kick to the hips, a cut kick knocking David down. Cut kick being what we say when we may say cut kick is something that basically cuts David's weight and knocks him down. It cuts his momentum, the center of gravity.
Boy, Bartlett was very fortunate not to bang his head into the balcony over here.
Absolutely. Oh, is that going to score? David Bartlett, as he fell, still having the presence of mind to throw a back spinning hook kick and hit Wayne DeRosa in the head. We'll have to see if that scores. David looks to be in control of this match with 40 seconds left. Wayne DeRosa is going to have to push the offense.
Last 30 seconds.
20 seconds.
DeRosa having a lot of problems with that right leg.
Yeah, actually, he's moving his shin pad. It appears that his shin pad came away from the shin. And if you've ever banged your shin on a coffee table, imagine kicking it 10 times harder than that into someone else's shin. And you can imagine the pain that some of these guys have to experience. Referee Han Lee breaking the action. David Bartlett in control. Looks like David's breathing a little heavy right now, too, and Wayne's the one.
And
2 seconds left.
Final 2 seconds. Worked just as well, but if they scored that big kick in the middle of that round, I think Bartlett probably would give him enough to come away with a victory.
I think if they score that one, you're going to see David come away with a victory. Another nice display. The athletes going over and bowing to the opposing coaches and shaking hands in a gesture of good sportsmanship and respect. As we wait for the final tally.
Those guys breathing real hard here in this high altitude.
That's right.
7,200 feet. Doesn't take much to feel it either when you're moving around here.
I tell you, especially if you're not in shape. You walk up these stairs and you're huffing and puffing. It's incredible. Sitting closing. There's David Bartlett. Very intense look. He's a very intense young individual. He's been a former junior national champion.
Red,
Junior team
17. Blue, 6.
David Bartlett does come away. He did get those points that we talked about in the middle of the round.
Armed and Dangerous by Petro. This is a musical weapons form demonstration performed by Shannon Gallagher. This performance won Shannon a world title at the Super Grand World Championships in Colorado Springs. This made Shannon the first female since 1988 to win the weapons 14 and 17 world title. Let's peep Shannon.
May I begin?
All right, Shannon Gallagher. Shannon Gallagher. All right, we got the next match about to happen. In the red corner, we got Craig DeRosa, 127 pounds, 10-year undefeated New York State champion, U.S. Colgate Championship gold medalist. Let's give it up for Craig DeRosa in the red corner. On fire. In the blue corner, we have Simon Burnett, 127 pounds, Pan Am weight division tournament bronze medalist. Trains at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, Colorado. 19 years old. Let's give it up for Simon in the blue corner. He's ready. Hold tight.
19-year-old Simon Barrett.
Face front first. Face front.
Really excited about being a competitor at the pro level here in Pro TKD.
Simon coming off a bronze medal at the Pan Am Olympic Weight Qualifying Championships. Really made a breakthrough, and he's hoping to make a breakthrough against a veteran, Craig DeRosa. Craig has been here. He's been fighting since he was about 12 years old at the state and national level. Just missing with the back spinning kick to Simon's head. Simon coming back with the same attack. Simon, a very technically skilled fighter, lacking the experience of Craig DeRosa. You can see the look on Craig's face, concentrating. Simon looks a little bit more nervous than Craig does.
DeRosa, 10-year New York State champion, just like his brother Wayne. They both run a school in Mahopac, New York.
I tell you, they're great guys. Again, they're guys who are giving back to the art and sport what they've gained from it. It's taken them all over the world, and now they're training champions in New York. They've got a number of junior champions coming out of their school. Simon with a back hook kick, although to the body, I don't think that one will score. Up quickly, Referee Han-Wan Lee has the match going again.
Okay, but let's go. 25 seconds. Let's go. Let's go, gentlemen. Let's go.
I think Simon hopefully is not in awe of Craig DeRosa, who's been a national medalist. He's medaled at the U.S. team trials and the Olympic trials. He's got quite an extensive resume, and a guy like Simon knows about Craig DeRosa, and that might have a little bit of intimidating factor.
Could be. I tell you what, he's giving him a lot of respect, keeping a real big distance.
Maybe almost too much.
Yeah.
Hello.
Craig DeRosa, little guy, standing about 5'5". Paxton Powell is very quick, too.
Nickname is the Tasmanian Devil. I believe it. He is a whirling dervish. We had a team competition in Washington, D.C. one time. He fought a heavyweight. He didn't care.
He fought a heavyweight.
He fought a heavyweight. The guy probably had about 60 pounds on him. It was an incredible display to keep the team alive in the match, and Craig did it for us. We needed him to do it. Here's Roland Ferrer cutting over. Now we're listening to
7,
Coach Dae-Sung Lee talk to Simon.
9, 10. Okay. On this mat, if you move when you move you can't move that. Watch for the right leg action.
Coach Dae-Sung
He said Coach had him count to 10.
He was counting to 10, I think, mainly to calm Simon down. Master Dae-Sung Lee, being an Olympic coach and a national team member for 10 years himself, he knows what it's like to be on that end of the mat. He's trying to calm Simon down, whereas Roland Ferrer was just giving Craig DeRosa more techniques, more things to do. See Simon coming back. Craig rolling right up and falling into position, ready to fight again.
He was ready.
See the look on his face. We have a close match at 4-3 here. Notice how Craig turned the match. Simon had him in the corner, and he turned it right around on him. Craig trying to use his experience, but he knows he's got a game competitor in Simon. Simon having been a state champion and a junior champion.
Not too much action right now. That respect factoring in again here. Barrett not pressing the issue at all.
I think he came out a little strong and realized, hey, I'm in the ring with Craig DeRosa again. Craig packs a lot of power in that little body. Although Simon is taller, he should use his legs to his advantage. Use his reach, try and shut him down, shut down Craig's offense, and follow up with the techniques. Simon has a very good double kick, where he'll fire right off the line and fire 2 kicks within a second. And what that does is that really makes it hard for Craig to come back with a counterattack. Simon's very fast, and he's very strong as well. He's just got to be a little bit more confident.
He could use an injection of confidence here in the final 8 seconds of period number 2.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting. It's still, to my opinion, it looks a little close. We've still got a 4-3 match. DeRosa only has actually, DeRosa's down a point. Simon was up. You got Coach Dae-Sung Lee. It'll be interesting to hear what he tells him in between the rounds this time.
Watch him. When you watch, check, you can knock him out on this one. Check. He's going to watch the inside and he's going to turn the punch you here. With your right hand like this, he's going to come out inside. Right, just give it straight up. That's all you have to do. Understand? Okay, now you got to lead on this fight. Lead. Cut with your lead. Lead with your cut.
Red, 6 points. Blue, 5 points.
It's going to be DeRosa pulling the lead. Very interesting, because what we saw was Coach Roland Ferrer telling DeRosa to continue with the punch and then kick out of it to score points on the inside. Coach Dae-Sung Lee was telling Simon Barrett that he is exactly that he's going to punch. So use a cut kick, which is what that's going to do, is stop DeRosa's forward momentum with his front leg and then kick to the head afterwards and score some big points for Simon. Let's see if Simon can apply that.
Barrett was breathing very hard between rounds.
I don't know if he's breathing heavy out of nerves or if he's really tired.
Or C, all of the above.
Or C, all of the above. That's possible too. See, there he goes again. Craig's taking a lot of energy out of Simon with those body punches. Right to the chest, right to the solar plexus area. We saw what happened to Jeff Pinnerock earlier. I think Craig, with a one point advantage, feels that he has control of this match. There's a point right there. So all it takes is one good spinning kick to the body or to the head, and Simon's back in the lead. We've got a little lull in the action here. The athletes are looking a little tired.
Guys, let's go.
Referee Huntley telling them to get the action going. DeRosa relying on that punch to the chest. I think he's taking all the fight out of Simon.
Been very consistent with it too, and it's been on target.
That is something that he has used since he was 12 and 13 years old. Simon again showing a little too much respect to Craig. The pro TKD game a little bit different than the Olympic style. More points involved for spinning. Craig feels that he's in control of this match.
And look at Craig, so much more crispness to his attack.
Just the opposite of what we saw when his brother fighting David Bartlett. As we wait for the judges to tally their scores, you can see Craig standing up straight, Simon going for the lean on the knees. He's huffing.
No question.
Simon breathing very hard. I think even coming from altitude, it's affected him a little bit more. And
final score. Red, 10 points. Blue, 7 points. Red wins.
Winner is Craig
Not a surprise.
DeRosa.
Not a surprise the way
In the red corner.
Craig DeRosa carried that fight.
not at all. I mean, Simon had a lead at the beginning. There's Craig jumping. Look at that. Hence the Tasmanian Devil, spinning, doing spinning kicks to show flat, a little bit showy and flashy there at the end. But Craig was in control after the second round. He knew it, and he knew Simon wasn't going to do anything spectacular that was going to pile up big points on him, taking control of the match.
Okay, all right. How we doing out there? Time is ticking away by DC Talk, a duet performed by Shannon and Brian Gallagher. This form is the first of its kind, shows the synchronized bow staff, choreographed self-defense musical forms done individually and synchronized musical forms. This 4-minute and 8-second demonstration is high energy and depicts the idea behind the title. Time is ticking away, and we must have a sense of urgency. Let's check it out.
Time is ticking away. Time is ticking.
Surely take the signs of the times are dropping like flies. The cries of the people around us and pride. They're looking for an answer that we already know, but time is definitely on the
Shannon and Brian. Shannon and Brian. The Gallaghers. The next match we have tonight, in the red corner, we have Danny Kim, 120 pounds, two-time U.S. national champion, two-time U.S. Olympic team member. Danny Kim. All right. In the blue corner, we have Hyun Lee, 120 pounds, three-time U.S. Olympic team member, World Championship bronze medalist, Hyun Lee. Yes, baby. And we on fire. Let's get it on.
This should be a good match here. Danny Kim in the red, Hyun Lee in the blue. And Kim had a tough go last year. And Hyun Lee was a winner.
Actually, Danny Kim is the two-time, also current national champion in his weight division. And the thing with Danny Kim is he grew up watching Hyun Lee. There's a little age difference, but he grew up, Hyun Lee was the superstar back then. And now Hyun has made the move into the pro TKD, and Danny's following him along. He's always wanted to compete against him.
He got his wish tonight.
Absolutely. You're going to see some Hyun Lee, not only is he an incredible technician, but he's a showman, and he will play to the crowd. Danny also wants to show that he can hang with the best.
Almost hanging in our lap.
Danny coming from Hawaii, Hyun coming from San Diego, California. Hyun going again for the back spinning kick and barely missing. Danny's going to have to be a little bit more careful.
Let's go. No holding.
If he keeps charging in like that, Hyun might. You can see Hyun smiling. He loves this. He loves to fight. Danny Kim tends to be more of a technician. Hyun Lee just throws his entire arsenal at you at once.
Strategy, does he use a lot?
Hyun Lee doesn't use much strategy at all. No, he just kind of goes. He'll kick. If you tell him to kick for 3 minutes, he'll kick for 3 minutes. And 90-second games are right up his alley.
Punch.
Danny Kim. Perhaps maybe a little bit intimidated also by the legend, Hyun Lee, the legend. Danny making his own legend at this time at the U.S. Nationals and the Olympic team trials. Danny will go for the team in 2000 in Sydney, and this has to be one of the favorites. He's incredibly skilled. Hyun Lee, a bronze medalist at the World Championships in 1993. Just an incredible fighter with an incredible amount of heart.
How'd you score that first round?
That's going to be tough. None of the fancy kicks. I'm going to call. From what I look, it looks about to be about 4-3 Hyun Lee.
He looks a little dazed.
He does. It looks like he's blacking out. That's what he's told his coach, Roland Ferrer, that he's blacking out a little bit. That would be a great disappointment. This is a tremendous match.
This does not bode well.
No, Danny was very excited yesterday at the press conference, demonstrating, making the front page of the newspapers. A lot of people came out to see him.
After the first round, red, 6 points. Blue, 5 points.
6-5, Danny Kim. And boy, I tell you what, he's trying to gather himself. And let's see if he's got anything. I don't think he's going to come out.
I think he's going to answer the bell.
He's not going to do it.
A 6-5 lead.
Took a 6-5 lead. As soon as he sat down.
Come on, coach, let's go.
I think that's going to be it.
I think it's going to be it. Danny can't even stand up, let alone get in the ring with a competitor like Hyun Lee.
1 minute injury break.
So you get an injury break of 1 minute.
Actually, there's some oxygen in the back. They should get him some oxygen.
1 minute injury break.
Referee Han Lee, a little play on words there with the injury break. Danny's trying to collect himself a little bit. It looks like he's going to try.
I still don't think he's got it. I don't think he's there 100%. I think he looks like he's about 60 or 70%. That woozy.
Well, he needs to be 100% against Hyun Lee as well.
No doubt about
Hyun Lee, you can see he is cagey and he is explosive. He's explosive as they come.
Good word, explosive, to describe Hyun Lee.
And he'll come off with anything. He doesn't necessarily keep himself to the basics. He really enjoys the fancy techniques. He really enjoys pro TKD style with the scoring system of higher points for the more advanced techniques.
Boy, I tell you what, Danny Lee's going to show me something if he can recover from this, but he does not look like he's ready to be in this high-intensity match. We'll see. Round 2.
Let's see what he's got for round 2.
He's up 6-5.
And you know Hyun Lee's going to come right after him, knowing that he's winded and he was blacking out.
As well he should.
Hyun trying to push him off. Should be an immediate 5-point deficit for Danny. Danny smartly getting on the other side of the ring, staying away from the front of the stage. Hyun trying to draw. Danny's also known as a counter fighter. Hyun's trying to draw his counter attack out, which is some of the first strategy we've ever seen from him. That's going to be a point, not only the point, but it also hurts. You get kicked in the butt like that, and with a cut kick, chopped his momentum, chopped his spin, takes all the technique and the offense right away from him. Oh, Danny! That's going to be a 3-point shot right to the face.
Huge turnaround for Danny Kim, who's basically out on his feet after the first round. That's a big point.
Honestly, I didn't think he was going to answer the bell.
Same here.
He comes in with an axe kick to the face of Hyun Lee. Let's see, Hyun's going to turn it up a little now because that's going to put the points lead right back in favor of Danny.
Danny Kim, Japan Open gold medalist, 4-time MVP.
Both of them going for the back spinning kick, looking for a knockout, a big 5-point score on that one. And Hyun Lee's got to be feeling the pressure now. He thought he was going to have an easy time with Danny after that display of lightheadedness.
Final 4 seconds, round 2. Good kick to the body by Danny Lee, and I tell you what, that's an outstanding turnaround by Danny Kim, rather. Outstanding comeback after he was out on his feet between the first and second rounds.
Amazing, and those body shots that he just landed at the end of round 2, that's going to take a little bit out of Hyun Lee. Danny Kim's confidence has to be building now. He's going to have it's my belief he's going to maintain the points lead. Hyun Lee has not done anything outstanding that's going to give him a 3 or 5 point technique in round 2. Roland Ferrer telling Danny, we're going to win. We're going to win, trying to build the confidence in his player. Dae-Sung Lee coaching Hyun Lee. Telling him to check to draw out the Patachagi.
You were talking about Hyun Lee not being much of a strategist. What should he come up with here? And especially now that he's down 14-6. What do you look for from him in this third round?
I look for him to go all out. I look for him to throw his entire arsenal at Danny. He's going to have got 90 seconds to make up 8 points, which is very possible. A couple of spinning kicks, a couple of turning kicks to the body, something to the head, and it's a new ball game. Something just like that. But if he waits for Danny to attack, Danny with a simulation of a flying sidekick there. Strong shot between the legs.
Strong, kicking low. Warning. Kick the never high, okay?
It's actually not just the fact that Hyun has to take some time out, but time is clicking off the clock.
So they stop the clock. How much time does he get time to recover here?
Actually, they haven't stopped the clock.
No, they did. It was at 1:12.
Yeah, he usually gets a minute for something like that, but they had let a sufficient amount of time run off the clock.
Let about 6-7 seconds run off. Yep.
Hyun's going to have to attack right now. He can't sit back. Danny's sitting on what they call a Patachagi, which is a defensive kick in the roundhouse kick version. It just means he's going to move back.
Grabbing.
He's going to attack Hyun with the low roundhouse kick to the body and just sit on his points lead. Hyun's the one that has the pressure. He's the one that's got to make up the points.
Danny Kim coming into this round up 14-6.
This would be a big win and a back kick to the body. Hyun scored a roundhouse kick there, but Danny scored a back kick just before that. Hyun lost 2 points. That's a 3-1 advantage in Danny Kim's favor. This would be a huge win for Danny.
Let's go, Blue.
After failing to medal at the Pan Am Championships, a huge win for Danny Kim.
Last 22 seconds. Third and final round.
Danny knows he's got this one in the bag.
Okay, come on, guys. 20 seconds. Go!
Hyun Lee wanting to get right back to the action.
Last 10 seconds.
And this looks like, unless something drastic happens in 5 seconds, it looks like a win for Danny Kim over Hyun Lee. Danny Kim falling down to the mat again, having a hard time breathing. His coach Roland Ferrer helping him get to the center of the ring.
Good match.
For the traditional bowing. Bowing is a sign of respect in Taekwondo. Not only to each other, but to the wonderful fans here at the Wheeler Opera House in Aspen. Danny Kim raising his hands in victory as if he's anticipating the decision in his favor.
I think he is on the right track.
Now the question comes in, how hard did Hyun Lee train for this? We'll have to see.
Tell you what.
Red, final score, red, 17. Blue, 11.
No surprise there, Danny Kim. And tell you what, an extra salute to Danny Kim for coming back after being pretty much out on his feet in that first round.
I tell you, I thought he was done. Now the coaches, Roland Ferrer and Hyun Lee, old friends, giving each other a big hug after that. They were teammates actually in the late 80s. Roland Ferrer himself being a national champion and a silver medalist at the Olympic team trials in 1988.
Danny going to Roland, holding his head like, hey, I'm still a little shaky.
Get me some oxygen.
And it gets better. Time for the big boys. In the red, we have Hoya Young Lee, 190 pounds, 92 Colgate champion, 93 Colgate team, 95 national champion. Hoya Young Lee, give it up for him, y'all. The big boys. And in the blue, we have Michael Tang, 215 pounds, Asian Pacific champion, 3-time U.S. Cup team. Give it up for Michael in the blue. Let's do this.
Michael Tang has just spent some time with us out at the Olympic Training Center, now residing in Los Angeles. He's hoping to make another Oi, having been a national champion, although in a smaller division. It's the one right below Michael's. He wants to make a name. Oi's got a good reputation as a competitor.
The big guys.
We saw Oi hit Michael and fall down on that one. These guys can move, and they're very skilled. Back in the 80s, you saw a lot of heavyweights with just a few basic techniques. And now you see these guys doing a lot of the same techniques as the smaller, lightweight competitors.
Remarkable. See guys this big. Boy, Young Lee in the red. Dad's a grand master. Got him started when he was 4 years old.
Got the decided advantage on Michael Tang in that department.
Yep.
Michael came out and trained, actually, as I said, at the Olympic Training Center, and he's a fast learner. He puts a lot of work into it, trains very hard. Originally from Boston, I believe.
Wants to be an anchor. Living in L.A. right now, probably a good way to go for him.
Good-looking kid. See how the altitude affects both of these guys. They're both flatlanders, as they say, or lowlanders. Boy from Minneapolis, Minnesota area. Michael Tang, down at sea level in L.A. Not hitting with any of the fancy techniques. This is going to be probably about a 6-5 game in either one's favor at the end of this one. Although I would have to say Oi Lee has the advantage in my opinion.
What is it you like more about his game?
He seems to be a little bit more in control. Michael seems to be a little bit more wild. And now we'll see.
You want some water? Breathe first, breathe.
Coach Dae-Sung Lee telling Michael Tang to breathe. A good bit of coaching advice, especially at this altitude. A lot of times guys can't listen if they can't breathe.
When it's cross time, when it's cross time, it's like this. Keep his right leg is back. He doesn't do back kick with your right leg. That's back into left. And when you do this, then you do push kick this way. Right? Then you do follow up with a double kick. If he's like
Jimmy Greaser, George.
You can try to move big. You try to move. When he's about to move in.
Roland Ferrer.
After first round, red, 4 points. Blue, 2 points.
Well, red is ahead, a little lower score than I had thought. Roland Ferrer telling Oi Lee to kick on Michael Tang's motion. What he's telling him to do is, as Michael gives him a fake motion, as soon as he does that, just kick right off of that. Don't let Michael come in, because he does have about 20 pounds on Oi, and that can make a difference. You saw it in the first round as Oi kicked Michael, and he's the one that fell down. Oi Lee going for the axe kick, missing Michael Tang.
I think Tang landed with one of his.
Michael Tang throwing a nice double kick. Interesting to see if they're going to score that, how they're going to score that as a 2-1 or a 3-point technique. Because under the rules, they have double kick listed as a 3-point technique, but it depends on if the first one landed. Michael Tang with a cut kick, keeping Oi Lee from punching to the chest. Oi feeling that he scored a good body shot on Michael there with a punch. Maybe not a point, but definitely taking some of the energy out of him. Michael Tang throwing a double kick. Both feet in the air at the same time at 215 pounds. Amazing.
For anybody just watching Pro TKD for the first time, when the two competitors scream like that, what's the origins of that?
Well, that's a key out or a yell. And basically, what's happening is that, number one, they're tired. Number two, it helps them gain some more power because it helps you breathe. It helps you to key out properly, you have to squeeze your abdominal muscles. It helps you breathe. I mean, that's the basic. There's nothing mystical about it, like a lot of people tend to claim in the martial arts. In this case, it's mainly helping them breathe, and at this altitude, they definitely need it. Michael Tang looking a little tired, breathing through his mouth, not through his nose.
And both guys really not expending a lot of energy because I don't think they had any energy to spend.
Not in round two. Michael Tang, if they gave him one of those double kicks, is going to be in the lead at the end of round two. Oi Lee's been doing nothing but throwing 1-point shots. 1-point shots. What they have to do, Coach Dae-Sung Lee is telling Michael Tang to go for the 3- and 5-pointers. Oi's been throwing the 1-point shots, and you can see his tongue is dragging. Michael Tang is standing up, listening to Coach Dae-Sung Lee. He's apparently got a lot better endurance, and he'll be able to push it here in the third round. And as you can see, the score at the end of round two
After second round, red, 5 points. Blue, 7 points.
The difference is those double kicks that Michael Tang threw. They scored for him. They gave him the extra points. It gave him the 3-point technique as opposed to a 1-pointer that Oi Lee's been
Last
getting.
round, let's get it on.
Final round. Heavyweights. Look out.
Oi Lee falling down. Referee Han-Won Lee bringing the action right back. Michael Tang going for the axe kick to the face, landing on Oi Lee's chest. Oi falling down.
So left leg for Young Lee, bothering him a little bit right now. Michael Tang, the chance to really take this match over.
His knee looks a little bit sore. It looks like he twisted it when he fell down. Oh, not a bomb. Not a bang is a actual hopping step with a roundhouse kick turning to the backside. A lot of competitors will think you're coming in with a spinning hook kick, and then you follow up with a roundhouse kick. It's absolutely a phenomenal technique, and at 215 pounds, Michael Tang did it beautifully.
Think Tang has anything left? With 30 seconds to go.
Tang looks pretty good. Oi Lee's the one. He's hands on his hips. He's breathing. He's not walking on the balls of his feet. He's walking flat-footed. Michael Tang, you see bouncing, chasing Oi to the back. Oi trying to score with the punch. Michael using his legs. Definitely the strategy working in Michael Tang's favor. Michael obviously in better shape.
Oi Lee in big trouble. Only 5 seconds to go.
And a tired Oi Lee at that.
2 seconds.
2 seconds left. Match
That'll do it.
is over.
Time.
And unless something drastic happened that we didn't see, Michael Tang's the winner.
Face front.
And Oi Young Lee
Stay here.
is pretty spent.
You can see that head between the knees. He'll have to come back to the center of the ring for the decision.
It's okay. You do.
good. Keep your head up. Keep your head
This
up.
altitude, though, I mean, he's down at lake level down in Minnesota. Coming up, the altitude here at Aspen, I think, is over 8,000 feet here at the Wheeler Opera House.
How long does it take for guys who come in to the altitude to adjust at the training center?
Usually 2 to 3 days if they're in good shape coming in. A lot of times you get guys, they say, yeah, I'm in great shape, and they come in and they haven't been training, and they get to the altitude and it absolutely
Final
kills
score.
them.
Blue 12 points. Red 10 points. Blue wins.
Surprised it was that close. 12 to 10.
Tang, the winner.
Michael Tang actually, I thought he should have had at least a 5-point lead. He was much stronger, throwing some high-scoring techniques in the third round. Oily, not doing much, flat-footed, sucking a lot of wind. Actually, but Michael had been training at this altitude again, so that comes in as a distinct advantage.
The next match, James Kim, 140 pounds, Hawaii, 2-time state champion. Let's give it up for James, y'all.
James Kim coming in from Hawaii versus Jin Suh, who just made the U.S. national team this year and came off a recent...
And in the blue corner, we have Jin Suh,
Did very well at the
140
Pan Am
pounds,
Olympic
1998,
Olympic
U.S.
qualifying
national
matches as
team
well.
member, Olympic festival bronze medalist, 1998 National Colgate champion. Let's get up for Jin, y'all.
Jin just came
I like
off
the way
a
this is
collegiate
going
win
down.
at Princeton University, won the collegiate championship. He's going to have a busy year fighting for the World University Championships in Mexico this year, and then going to the Pan American Taekwondo Championships in Peru the following week. This looks like a little weight advantage in favor of James Kim.
A lot of actions.
James Kim in white, Jin Suh in blue. James Kim. I asked him how he got started in Taekwondo. He said he started in 8th grade. He said, I figured I'm a Korean, I should learn Taekwondo.
Well, whatever it takes. Oh, James Kim looked like he scored to the face.
Yes, he did.
With that roundhouse kick. Jin Suh still going for the one-pointers. That's going to be a 3-point shot right there for James Kim. And other than that, a hard body shot by Jin Suh right to the rib area. That's going to take a lot of energy out of James Kim.
Let's go.
Jin Suh out of Astoria, Queens, New York, born in Korea.
Another New Yorker. Now this guy's training about 140 pounds of light. Another shot. Jin Suh answering James Kim's roundhouse kick to the face.
Fight it out. Punch it out when it's close.
Jin Suh controlling the ring a little bit better. You can see his experiences coming in. He's been at this game at this level a long time. James Kim, being a state champion, is on his way up. You can see the confidence Jin Suh has and very much control and relaxed in the ring. Very hard to hit a body and stay up like that sometimes, especially moving backwards. Jin Suh keeping in mind that if he falls off the edge of the mat and goes down on the floor, he's going to lose 5 points. So actually a smart thing to do is fall on the mat.
He's gonna go left leg, okay? The good leg, which one do you want to go deep? Your left leg forward, your changing forward, roundhouse kick, right leg to the head. Tuck. Okay? Jump you come back. Look, boom, okay? Right leg.
Roland Ferrer telling James Kim that as he comes in for the punch, go for the roundhouse kick straight to the head. Incredible amount of flexibility needed, but definitely there for James Kim.
So you just go like this. Hard. Same thing, leg front here. If you land like this, then what are you going to do? Front leg down? Simple.
After first round, the score is blue 8, red 3 points.
Jin Suh's points to
So good start for Jin Suh, 8-3 after the first round.
Hell, his single shots piled up, and then he had that shot to the face, and there's another one right there. 2, spinning kick to the body on a back kick right before that, an axe kick to the face. That's 6 points right there. Jin Suh's going to build a commanding lead in this round if this keeps up. James Kim trying the body check, forgetting that we're in Pro TKD and not the NHL.
Big difference.
Although, and I don't think Hawaii has a hockey team yet, do they?
The NHL's done a lot of expanding. They haven't gone quite that far yet.
The Rainbow team. Jin-Suh, look at the control of distance, making James Kim miss just a little bit. Not only is he missing, but he's expending energy. Jin-Suh, using as a veteran, controlling the ring, trying to set him up, drawing the technique out. Now he's going to learn from that. James threw that roundhouse kick, step back, and counter with a roundhouse kick. Jin's going to remember that, and he's going to try and trap it. He's going to try and do the same technique again and then bring it out. Double kick right there by Jin-Suh. Another 3-point score. He's going to have a huge lead at the end of round 2.
I think James Kim, keep an eye on that left leg. Looked like he buckled it just a little bit.
That can happen. Throwing a low back kick and stopping, not wanting to hit Jin-Suh in the legs. Jin, the champ.
5 seconds left in this round.
Jin-Suh throwing the double kick again. Didn't look like it scored, but still he's going to have a huge points lead at the end of round 2.
Great round.
Double kicks, axe kick to the face, back kick to the body. Great round for Jin-Suh.
You're moving so fast. You got a headshot. It's clean as day. It's clear, perfect. You set up. He got the active. He couldn't get Use fast kicks. Use fast kicks. Bomb, just move up. Use just fast kicks. If you're sure you're not, you cut him. Close stance, left.
Roland Ferrer telling James Kim to attack. He's behind, don't hesitate. But it looks like, Jin-Suh has shut him down on everything he's done. James is very hesitant to attack. Every time he attacks, Jin-Suh scoring some big points.
Big lead to 14-4.
Blue 14.
For Jin-Suh.
Red 4.
Absolutely. Jin-Suh using some of those point building techniques, using the double kicks to the body, back kick, axe kick to the head, building the points lead. Here we are for round 3. James Kim has a lot of work cut out for him against the veteran Jin-Suh.
James Kim in the white, Jin-Suh in the blue. Commanding lead right now for Jin-Suh, 14-4.
Actually, James did listen to his coach. He said, attack with that Chunjin step, and there's Jin again to the head. Another 3-point technique. Unless James can pull something out dramatically, this one's all but in the bag. Jin's got too much control, too much experience in controlling distance and shutting down his opponent, which is exactly what he's done to James Kim. James has a lot of material to work with when he goes back to Hawaii to study from, which will help him improve.
Interesting movement as he attacked and then retreated. He still was able to get in a shot.
Absolutely. That's what's amazing about these Taekwondo athletes. They can move moving forward, backwards, sideways, and still attack at the same time.
Let's go, gentlemen. Let's go. 30 seconds left. Let's go.
He was falling down and still threw the back hook kick, trying to score points. Double kick to the head, hook kick to the head. Jin-Suh, another 5-point technique.
This is turning into a rout.
20 seconds left. This is going to be one of the highest scoring matches of the night. Oh, again, another turning technique to the body.
Another 3 points there. So
Jin's
you see the clock winding down last 5 seconds.
Come on now.
And still not hesitating.
Not at all.
Jin has coming right in on the attack. Not wanting to give James Kim any opportunity to pull off an upset victory, which is absolutely what it would have been. Jin-Suh dominating the match as expected, as everyone expected him to do.
Right there.
He absolutely controlled those 3 rounds.
He had an in style. You can see he's hardly breathing hard. James Kim, his face is a little bit red, had to pop the mouth guard out already just to breathe. Came in at a last moment's notice too. But again, a great experience for him to fight such a world-class competitor like Jin-Suh. Oh, and the score coming up now. The points have been tallied. And
keep going up.
Looks like the gasoline prices in Colorado. And waiting for points for the red corner.
Jin-Suh is the winner by an overwhelming score of 25-4.
Blue 25, red 4. Blue wins.
Absolutely. Great win for Jin-Suh. Great win for Jin-Suh.
Dominating performance by Jin-Suh out of Astoria, Queens, New York, born in Korea. Came to the U.S. when he was 5 years old.
All
The
right.
New York boys have done pretty well today. Being a
Jesus
native
is
New Yorker
just
yourself,
alright
you gotta
by
love
BZ
that. You
Talk.
can go home and have the
This
bragging
famous
rights for the Pro
remake of the
TKD out here
Doobie
in
Brothers
Colorado.
hit song
Wonderosa.
is performed by B.J. Gallagher. B.J. won his 5th world title at the Super Grand World Championships, which had him breaking the world record for world titles at a single world championship. But peep this, his sister later on tied him that night. So I think this is gonna be magic.
Judges, representing Neil Adams Firefighters. My name, B.J. Gallagher. With your permission, may I begin?
Check it from me one time.
Back in place, and I'm all up in your face with a rhyme that I embrace. Like a mother to a child, I'm kicking it Jesus style. To the ones that think they heard, I did use the J word, cause I ain't too soft to say it, even if DJs don't play it.
My boy B to the J. You guys ready for the next match? But I'm gonna bring it to you. In the red corner, Jimmy Grazier, 168 pounds, 7-time Florida state champion, U.S. team trials and U.S. Open gold medalist, said he ain't having it. Let's give it up for Jimmy Grazier. In the blue corner, George Bell, 158 pounds, of not having a 6-time North Carolina state champion. Let's give it up for George Bell. They gonna throw down.
Here's a look at George Bell, earned a Bachelor of Arts from Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. He's a bass player specializing in jazz and trained also in the classical music.
George is a very skilled martial artist. He holds black belts in several martial arts. He is an incredibly intense competitor. Jimmy is very well experienced, and George looks to be giving up about 15 to 17 pounds to Jimmy here.
Aggressor, 7-time Florida state champion, 2-time Colorado state champion, and the California state champion.
He's made the rounds.
1998, yeah.
He's made the rounds, yeah. Jimmy made a comeback this year in the middleweight division. He's naturally about 170, 172 pounds. Very, very calm in the ring, very controlled. Doesn't like to give too many opportunities to his opponent, likes to stay in command of the match. George coming in with axe kick to the head. Back kick to the body, scoring 3 points for George Bell.
Come on, Red.
Jimmy Grazier coming back to his coach, trying to get some words in between before they call action back to the referee called the action back.
George is such a counterpuncher.
Let's go,
Turned
guys.
into a
Let's go.
staring
Let's go.
contest.
He's interesting, though. He's changed his tactics a little bit. A lot of people just expect him to wait for them to move, and he's coming off. You can see him coming off first there.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good shot to the body by
Absolutely.
Bell, and see the confidence growing in him.
He's got a tremendous amount of experience as well. George has been around the point circuit for a while, the Olympic style of fighting, and now in the Pro TKD. And here we have Roland Ferrer talking to Jimmy Grazier. Let's see if we can listen in and see what they're coming up with.
understand? That's good. You have a good spine on that. Go backside. Go first side. Something backside. Works. Okay, it works.
Roland Ferrer telling Jimmy Gracer to counter George Bell's axe kick, a back spinning kick or a back kick. To the open side. Coach Dae-Sung Lee filling George Bell in.
After first round.
Check the kick here.
Blue 7 points. Red 3 points.
7-3 lead for George Bell after round number 1.
George Bell with the lead on Jimmy Gracer. Let's see if Jimmy opens it up a little bit here. 4 points can be made up real quick in Pro TKD. George going for the face. Again. Now that got Jimmy's attention. Jimmy thought he was going to have a cakewalk in here with George Bell. George again going to the head. He could be opening up a huge lead right here.
2 shots to the head. That's 10 points right there.
Well, we'll see if they give him.
If he gets credited with both.
If they gave him the 3 or the 5 points. Jump. Of course, he was airborne when he threw him. That's 5 points. Here's George in the corner. Expecting Jimmy to come in, throwing the back hook kick. Back reverse kick. Jimmy trying to push George into the corner. Faking motion, George shutting him down. Wants to hold on to a big lead. Jimmy's got to get going here. Jimmy's not used to being behind. George ducking.
Let's go.
Excellent move. Better that than get your head taken off. That back hook kick that Jimmy threw. Jimmy has so much power in his legs. George Bell on quickly, very intelligently falling on the mat. If he went off, that'd be negative 5 points. He would have lost that big lead he's building up right now.
Not to mention he was in position to really get drilled there as well, too. Is that a good defensive move
to fall on the mat? In this case, in pro Taekwondo, yes, because if you go off the mat and fall down on the main floor, that's minus 5 points. So hit the mat. There's Roland Ferrer telling him to take kick to the backside and go to the front.
Entry. You have to be first on entry. Okay, you don't feel short. You should cut first. You don't cut first. But you have to make the entry first. You have to give me 10, you understand? You have to give me 10. So that means you're moving the whole time. You're moving the whole time.
You go inside, so what do you gotta do? You gotta go inside. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Right?
No problem.
Right.
George Bell breathing kind of heavy. It's going to be interesting to see how he holds up for this last 90 seconds.
He's got a huge lead, 16 over.
After second round, the score is
18-3.
Blue 16, Red 3.
George with a 13-point lead. Jimmy's going to have to open up his offense and attack George continuously. George is tired. Jimmy's got to see that. Coach Roland Ferrer telling him he's got to come in, get inside George. He's got to make the entry. He's got to step inside.
This could lead to something big here.
Actually, Jimmy's letting George get off first.
No holding, no holding.
He lets George get off first. Is George going to have a field day, and he's going to win this match. Jimmy playing the counter fighter, which is normally George's part. George feels he can dance the next 90 seconds. He's going to have to, actually, he'll get penalized if he does it too much. Referee Hamon Lee will stay right outside.
They started the clock late. The clock started about 5 to 10 seconds late. So see how this affects the match.
Jimmy Gracer helping George Bell up and intending to put him right back down on the mat in the next few seconds. George going for the face again. Jimmy is falling farther behind. He's going to have to get off. We're looking for a knockout if he wants to win this match. He's bigger, he's stronger, and he's just not attacking.
Not attacking, and Bell, usually a counter puncher, is a guy that has really turned it around.
Actually, now Jimmy's in George's game. Jimmy's got to attack. This is where George shines, when people have to attack him, and they have to inch in, and they're very wary. They're very tentative. Jimmy's been very tentative to attack George, which is great for George. Then he can just start picking his own shots. Boom, he attacks. It totally frustrates Jimmy. George has played an intelligent match. Brilliant with the help of Coach Dae-Sung Lee.
Punch it out. Fight.
Final 23 seconds.
Let's go. Nice.
Jimmy waited. Too little,
10
too
seconds.
late.
10 seconds. Let's go.
George should just stay out of the way now.
8 seconds left. He'll dance. George is very good at that, as we say, getting on the bicycle. He's riding around. George going missing just by a hair with the back spinning tip to Jimmy's face.
Jimmy got him pretty good on the hip on that last shot.
George will be icing that back in Colorado Springs tomorrow.
See George trying to shake that one off.
Expending a lot of energy tonight. George is a tough competitor. In the Philadelphia area is going to be opening up a school in the Phoenix, Arizona area, which is going to emphasize children, teaching discipline, confidence. He really likes working with kids, and he's great with them as well. Taekwondo has been such a great thing to children all over the country.
Blue 17,
emphasizing
red 4, blue wins.
17-4.
George, the winner, victory over Jimmy Gracer.
Let these guys hear it, y'all.
George Bell, 2 wins tonight.
George Bell stacking his resume with wins. Getting the crowd going. George, ever the showman. Paying his respects to Coach Dae-Sung Lee and heading back. There we got a good shot of George.
Pro
He's probably
Judo
going to hit
demo.
that oxygen thing.
Now to demonstrate Pro Judo, an exciting new martial arts program currently airing on ESPN2. Mike Swain, 4-time Olympian, world judo champion, and Stu Yamatake, national judo champion. Mike will demonstrate the 4 ways to score points in Pro Judo: throwing, choking, arm locks, and diving, like NYPD Blue.
What did he say?
Mike, diving like NYPD Blue. Mike Swain is the only world champion that U.S. Judo has produced. He's a 4-time Olympian. He's created the Pro Judo concept. That is how you score in Pro Judo. That's one. And Stu is having a good old time with Mike. Again, the thing about Judo, a lot of times when they throw, they follow them right down to the ground, but there's breaks in action. If they can't do anything, they have to get right back on their feet. You are watching the best right here. Old Stu's having a good time.
Boy, nothing like being the demonstration rabbit, huh?
Well, once again, Mike is so skilled. They break the action, get them right back up on their feet, and go again. It's whoever can score the most points, and I think it's 3 rounds. They get to talk to their coaches, a little different than judo. Tremendous display of agility, speed, explosive power on the part of Mike Swain.
Nicely done.
Beautiful demonstration.
Right. Just keep it simple, right? Yep.
Got it.
All right. Woo. Give yourselves a round of applause for tonight. And we got the big boys. We got Godzilla and King Kong coming out here tonight. We got Tartatali at 275, 6-time Olympic Festival. Second Pro TKD appearance, 275. Let's give it up for Todd in the red corner. Woo! That's big. And in the blue corner, we got Ryan Fredericks, 96 national silver medalist, President Athlete Olympic Training Center, second pro TKD appearance at 240 pounds. And let's throw down.
Red, blue.
Got a little
1
delay
minute.
in the action.
Gotta
as
get a belt.
Ryan places his belt on after he spent all the last little while warming up. And here comes Ryan Frederick. So rematch from last year.
Okay, guys.
Todd and Ryan.
That's listen to my commands, all right?
Todd weighing in at, he claims, 275. And I'm wondering which leg that would be. Ryan having gained about 25 pounds from last year's match, thinking that this extra power is going to help him. Ryan is incredibly fast, explosive speed. And he was up after prior to him, the match being called, Ryan was actually up last year versus Todd. He twisted his ankle and caused some serious ligament damage.
Pretty frightening injury too, and he left the ring in a lot of pain. The match never even was concluded.
You know, the beautiful thing about that is Todd was one of the guys that helped carry him off the match. I mean, the speed displayed by Ryan Frederick. Todd is no slouch himself.
Not at all.
He moves at 200, I'm being generous, 75 pounds. He moves very quickly.
Todd Tatamy is from Battle Creek, Michigan. Ryan Fredericks in the blue from Kissimmee, Florida, originally from the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Ryan is one of our brightest hopes in the heavyweight division in the future, perhaps for the Olympics in 2004, 2008. At only 21 years old, he has a tremendous amount of skill and speed. Amazing. He was doing techniques in the press conference yesterday that the lightweight guys were doing that were 70 and 80 and in some cases 100 pounds lighter than him. He was duplicating that. They have a really great game they play, of course, where they imitate each other, just like in basketball. You have to duplicate the kicking technique, and Ryan was staying right up with the mini weights.
That's a remarkable feat. That kind of speed. I tell you what, going to the scorer's table.
See if he can write up his own score. At the end of round one, right there at the end of the round, you saw Ryan come up with an axe kick to the face of Todd Tatamy. Not sure if it scored. Coach Roland Ferrer talking to Todd Tatamy. Todd not even breathing hard.
Todd Tatamy played a little football, a little basketball in high school in Battle Creek, went to Kellogg Community College.
Surprised he didn't play any football in the NFL. He's like defensive lineman size.
He's good size. Good size.
And with that kind of speed and agility, we're very lucky to have him. He's definitely made our heavyweight division. Oh, we have a 7-0 lead for Ryan Fredericks.
More aggressive, scored more points.
Definitely. He's so fast, Todd just can't seem to get a counterattack off. He's going to have to get in here in rounds 2 and 3 and definitely get off first.
That's the main event. Let's fight, okay? Come on, let's get it on.
Okay. Referee Han Lee telling him to get it on, don't flinch, and let's see some action. Ryan again with the back spinning hook kick, just going over Todd Tatamy's head. Throwing double kicks, moving backwards, forwards. Ryan putting on a clinic here for heavyweights. Let's see if Todd resorts to the power.
Using the quickness. Ryan Fredericks.
At 240 pounds quickness. This is incredible. Ryan hanging out near the edge of the ring, feeling he's got a 7-point lead, and he doesn't think Todd can look on his face and the way he's fighting. He doesn't think Todd can make it up.
Second round, 50 seconds to go.
Punch it out, punch it out. 계속.
Referee Han Lee telling him to keep the action going.
Last year, Ryan Fredericks took 2 tremendous blows in the solar plexus that turned that match around, too.
Absolutely. Ryan was up, and Todd just totally dropped him with a punch to the chest, which was amazing. Todd has the very strong punch straight right into the chest. Got Ryan here Ryan's starting to look a little tired. Body punches from Todd might be taking a little bit out of him.
Todd Tadamy, not real active here.
No, he hasn't really thrown many kicks. I'm a little surprised. Maybe he's saving it all for the 3rd round.
If he intends on winning, that's going to be his best bet.
That's all that's left. And he's not breathing very hard.
7-zip after first round. Let's see what the scores bring after round number 2.
Off the line works. Step off the line is the steps, right? You often is the completion. Kick to the double kick.
Master Daesung Lee telling Ryan Frederick to kick off the line. Be first. If Todd doesn't really have the speed to keep up with him.
The score is blue 11, red 1.
10-point lead. 10-point lead for Ryan Frederick with 90 seconds remaining.
Todd Tadamy is going to get a 2nd straight win.
Let's get it on, guys.
But Ryan Fredericks is going to really have to push.
One more kick from that. There's a 10-kick rule, okay? 10-kick rule.
Ryan Fredericks does look a little winded.
Tadamy's going to have to go. Ryan's looking winded, although he's trying to move. Referee Han Lee reminding them of a 10-kick minimum. I'm not sure if Todd Tadamy got that in round 2.
I'd be shocked if he did.
Ryan staying in close to keep away from Todd's kicks. Todd kicks so hard. Rumor has it he's actually broken a couple of heavy bags. He kicks so hard. But he's not able to hit Ryan Frederick. He's not kicking. He's not. He can't be breathing hard.
Ryan Frederick's trying to hold on. Boy, I tell you what, he looks winded. He's got 50 seconds to go.
Well, I'll tell you, Todd's the kind of guy that when you kick him with a back kick, I mean, it's as hard on you as it is on him. He's so big and strong. He's so fast. I've seen him, the U.S. Open one year, he got a silver medal. Ryan just evading that step forward back kick performed by Todd Tadamy.
30 seconds to go.
Coach bringing him back into the center of the ring, or referee Han Lee, excuse me.
Good move at that. 20 seconds to go.
There we go. It looks like Ryan's got this one in the bag. Todd
15 seconds.
Todd hasn't even thrown 10. He hasn't even thrown 5 kicks.
Let's go.
I would agree with that.
Very disappointing performance for Todd Tadamy. 5 seconds left. Ooh, not a bong. Todd scoring with a real heavy shot to the ribs. But again, a disappointing, very disappointing performance for Todd Tadamy. And now referee Han Lee with the winner.
Stay there, guys. Stay there. Stay there. The final score, blue 11, red 7, blue wins.
The winner, blue, Ryan Fredericks.
Our winner, Ryan Fredericks, you got to feel great. Coming back with a win over Todd after what happened to you last year. Ready? All right, we're with our winner in the heavyweight division, Ryan Fredericks. And Ryan, good win for you tonight. You're very aggressive. You really forced the action.
Yes, sir, I did.
Tell me about how it feels to beat Todd after what happened last year.
Actually, it feels real good. Real good. I feel Real good. Feel great, actually.
You look a little winded, Ryan. I mean, was it getting to you in the third round? You pressed the action in round 1 and 2. You look like you had to conserve. You were trying to conserve energy in round 3, and you might be running out of gas. If it had, how do you feel it would have gone if it had gone maybe 4 or 5 rounds?
I think I might be crawling on the floor trying to kick, sir.
Congratulations, good win for you.
Thanks, sir.
All right,
Great.
Thank you. All right, that'll do it for our Pro TKD for this evening here in Aspen, Colorado. David, great display of the martial arts this evening.
Absolutely, a fantastic display of dynamic kicking, respect of the athletes. You saw them helping each other up off the mat when they were falling down. But the activity, the action we saw here is definitely bodes well for the United States for the Olympics in 2000.
That it does.
Here at Pro TKD.
That it does. For David Martin, I'm Dave Sims. Thanks for joining us here in Aspen, Colorado. We'll see you next time.